Thanks for joining us this evening on TKO 8 Local News. Newton County Sheriff Keith Slape said his office is investigating an apparent homicide in the Basin Church area of Newton County, and a suspect is now in custody as of 6 p.m. on Wednesday. He says his investigators are processing a crime scene where a victim was discovered deceased and can only release preliminary information as of now. Investigator Glenn Wheeler said the authorities weren't releasing names of the victim or the suspect because the investigation is ongoing and they are still in the early process of that investigation. Wheeler added that the main thing is that the citizens of Newton County know that the suspect is in custody and there is no ongoing danger to the public. Wheeler did confirm that the Basin Church area is in the northwest part of the county near Dogpatch, and the crime scene has a Marble Falls address. 37-year-old William Cobb of Mountain Home has been arrested and charged in connection with a reported burglary of a Marion County residence that took place while his children were waiting in his vehicle. The break-in and the theft was reported to law enforcement on September the 9th. The victims told the Marion County Sheriff's Office that they had left their residence, saw a van parked in their driveway. They then saw a woman leave the residence and get into the vehicle and sped away. When the victims entered the residence, they noticed several items missing, including a rifle, a brass knuckle belt buckle, several knives, and 2 jewelry boxes along with the jewelry inside. An alert was issued for the van. It was located and stopped later that afternoon by state park rangers near the Bull Shoals White River State Park in Lakeview. The vehicle was occupied by Cobb, a female, and Cobb's 2 small children. The van contained several of the items that were reported stolen. Cobb has been charged with felony counts of residential burglary, theft of property, and endangering the welfare of a minor. A traffic stop for failure to use a turn signal has led to the arrest of 2 Flippin residents on felony drug charges. According to officials, a deputy with the Marion County Sheriff's Office made the traffic stop early this month, and after observing a truck pulling from the Fallen Ash Road onto US 62 without signaling the turn. A check with the state and national crime information centers indicated one of the passengers, 49-year-old Dolly Harlison of Flippin, Arkansas, is on probation, and a search waiver was on file. With this information, the officers asked Harlison, who was the driver, as well as 53-year-old Anthony Hickerson of Flippin, and a second passenger to exit the vehicle. During the search, they found methamphetamine and other drug paraphernalia. Harlison and Hickerson were both charged with felony counts of possession of a controlled substance with a bond set at $2,500 each. A defeated Berryville School Board candidate is awaiting trial on a misdemeanor drug charge after being arrested in May. Wendell Dunbar was arrested on May 30th and booked into the Carroll County Detention Center on charges of driving on a suspended license and possession of a controlled substance. The Carroll County District Clerk's Office says that Dunbar has pled not guilty and is scheduled for trial at 9 a.m. Wednesday, October the 18th. Carroll County Sheriff's Office Deputy Christopher Worley says he initiated a traffic stop and wrote Dunbar a citation for driving on a suspended license. As he approached the vehicle for the second time, Worley's report says he smelled what he believed to be the odor of marijuana coming from that vehicle. Worley then asked Dunbar to exit the vehicle and advised him that Worley could smell the odor of marijuana. Worley's report says he did not place Dunbar in cuffs until after Dunbar's parents had arrived to pick up the 2 children that were also in that vehicle. Dunbar was released from jail on a $1,100 bond. Green Forest City Council is moving forward with plans for a new city hall. Josh Siebert, who is the designer with the Modus Studio Incorporated of Fayetteville, Arkansas, spoke to the council at the Tuesday meeting about the design plans for the new building project. The plan is for the new city hall to be 72,000 square feet. He says the current estimated expense of the project is about $2 million. Alderman Cody Boren said he would like to hear from Raymond James about the financing of the project before moving forward with contract negotiations. The council agreed, and Mayor Charlie Reese said they would schedule a special meeting later to vote on the building plans. Stay with us. I'll be back in a moment. We'll take a look at some headline news from around the region. But first, here's this week's closing livestock report from Sammy Klein, courtesy of Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte.
If you're looking for food plot seeds heading into fall, Quality Feed Grains has a great selection of the most popular seeds. Also, fair time is here, and Quality Feed Grains has all the necessary show items, including sticks, combs, brushes, shampoos, and much more. Check their website, qualityfeedgrains.com, now for this month's special. Quality Feed Grains, serving you with 2 locations, 4617 Highway 65 South and 311 East Prospect in Harrison.
This is Sammy Klein, Federal State Livestock Market News Service. 47 North Arkansas Livestock Auction Green Forest, Wednesday, September 20th. Cattle receipts 1167, last week not reported, a year ago 1356. No trend sale not reported the last 2 weeks. Feeder steers, medium large ones, 3 to 400 pounds, 185 to 213. 4 to 500 pounds, 164. Excuse me, 164 to 184. 5 to 600 pounds, 148 to 168. 6 to 700 pounds, 151 to 158. 7 to 800 pounds, 143 to 148.50. Feeder heifers, medium large ones, 3 to 400 pounds, 148 to 170. 4 to 500 pounds, 140 to 154. 5 to 600 pounds, 130 to 144. 6 to 700 pounds, 128 to 135. A few 8 to 900 pounds at 115 to 120. Replacement cows, medium large ones and 2 to 7-year-old, 900 to 1,250 pound cows, second and third stage. A few at 875 to 1110 per head. And 7 to 10-year-old cows, second and third stage. A few at 800 to 875 per head. Slaughter cows, owners 55 to 60, high dress 60 to 64.50. Lean 51 to 56. High dress 59 to 60.50. Low dress 42 to 49. Slaughter bulls, the grades 1 to 2, 1,200 pounds, 76 to 84.50. High dress 85 to 85.50. Low dress 68.50 to 75. That's Mark today. Sammy Klein reporting. Thank you.
Sam Alexander Pharmacy has expanded and is now offering many additional products and services. Their new pharmaceutical compounding area allows them to create products to fit the unique needs of a customer. They also have added Spinco orthotic shoes and sandals, Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes, baby gifts by Aiden and Anais, and toys by Melissa and Doug. Stop in today and let them help you with any of your specialty pharmaceutical needs. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy in Harrison.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozarks we often take for granted. At Magnus Toyota, we never underestimate the value of our customers. As a third-generation family-owned business, Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
A small city in northeast Arkansas is cashing in on its fine revenue. Budgets for the city of Cache, Arkansas show it collected an average of 45% of annual expenditures from fines, forfeitures, and costs from 2014 to 2016. And since last year's Last year, the city has collected more than $152,000 in traffic and misdemeanor offense revenue, with its police department issuing nearly 2,000 citations. Mayor Michael Curtin says the city is trying to keep motorists and the public safe. But according to the Arkansas speed trap law, a city can only receive up to 30% of the total expenditures from fines and fees. Second Judicial District Prosecuting Attorney Scott Ellington says the reviewed citation numbers a couple of years ago were what they should be, and he's willing to take another look. Arkansas lawmakers are recommending the state's Game and Fish Commission be required to seek the state legislative council's review and approval of proposed commission rules. Bureau of Legislative Research Director Marty Garrity says the council will consider the recommendation from its executive subcommittee at the October 20th meeting. Garrity says the council changed its rules in May to require the commission to file its proposed rules with its Game and Fish and State Subcommittee Commission officials that argued the council's rules was an infringement on the commission's independence as granted under the Arkansas Constitution. The commission has since opted to file its rules with the Bureau of Legislative Research. Government lawyers want Arkansas's highest court to reverse a ruling that requires prison officials to reveal more information about their execution drugs, saying further disclosure would make it impossible for the state to acquire lethal injection drugs. Attorneys for the state filed a brief Wednesday saying it shouldn't have to release package inserts and labels for lethal injection drugs, as a judge had ordered last spring. The ruling was set aside by the state Supreme Court while the state appealed. In a separate case on Tuesday, another judge ordered Arkansas to release labels and package inserts for another drug. The state says it will ask the state Supreme Court to stop that order as well. Following up on a report from yesterday, Arkansas prison officials say an inmate has died after being hospitalized with a head injury in an incident being investigated by the Arkansas State Police. The Department of Corrections says 34-year-old James Walker was pronounced dead Wednesday at a local hospital. On Tuesday, he was taken by ambulance from the Cummins unit in Grady, Arkansas, to an area hospital. Prison officials have said it was unclear if the injury was the result of a fall or a possible assault. The Department of Corrections says it and the state police are conducting that investigation. A night after someone drove over tombstones, causing thousands of dollars in damage, police are still without a lead. According to Craighead County Sheriff Marty Boyd, the incident happened at the Trinity Cemetery, where 7 to 8 tombstones were damaged by what appeared to be a large 4x4 truck. The owner of the cemetery said the amount of damage added up to around $5,000. Boyd said this was a senseless act. Boyd said the driver had a vanity license plate that broke off during the incident, so he hopes that they can lead to the suspect. However, as of news time, no leads have been developed. Before we take a look at the weather forecast as we move on through the work week, here's the way the stock market ended today. Another very warm day here in the Ozarks, 92 degrees under sunny skies this afternoon, about 50% humidity, so it was pretty muggy, particularly if you had to be working outside in the sun, not in the shade. Well, you might as well get used to it, at least for a few more days. It's going to stay hot and dry here in the viewing area. Looking at the forecast for Friday, about the same as today. Lots of sunshine out there with a high temperature in the afternoon of about 91 degrees. Heading into the weekend on Saturday, partly cloudy skies, still 90 degrees. Likewise on Sunday, mostly sunny skies and 88 degrees. Kick off a new work week on Monday, partly cloudy skies and 87 degrees. Maybe, keep your fingers crossed, by Tuesday a system will get close enough to give us a chance of some scattered thunderstorms. 84 degrees on Tuesday, only a 30% chance in the afternoon. A better chance as we move on to the middle part of next week. So maybe we'll get some much needed rainfall, at least a little bit, kind of settle the dust. Stay with us, be back in a moment. We'll take a look at sports from around the region as TKO 8 News continues.
I'm Randall. I work at the on-site lab at Dental Creations on the square at Harrison. Working with Dr. Wanda is great. She's taught me a lot and showed me a lot, and she gives us the freedom to get one-on-one with the patient. If there's a problem, we can actually come out of the back and do what's best for the patient. Having this on-site lab here with the doctors, that's really nice.
Dental Creations on the square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence.
Mike Moskowitz hit his 37th home run of the season, breaking Steve Babylon's Rolls record, and Kansas City routed the Toronto Blue Jays 15-5 yesterday afternoon. Salvador Perez, along with Whit Merfield, also connected for the Rolls. Moskowitz went 3 for 4 and came within a triple of hitting for the cycle. He eclipsed Balbona's 1985 record with a solo blast to right field off of Carlos Ramirez in the 6th inning. Dexter Fowler homered for the 3rd straight game, while Matt Carpenter and Paul DeJong also homered for the St. Louis Cardinals and gained ground in their National League playoff push with a 9-2 win over the Cincinnati Reds. Tommy Pham finished with 2 doubles, a single, and 2 RBIs. Yarda Milana added a 2-run double as the 3rd place Cardinals gained a game on the Colorado Rockies in the wild card race. Observers are noting that the Chiefs running back Kareem Hunt watched every team pass on him for in the draft, many of them multiple times. But after Kansas City's traded up to select him in the 3rd round, he made it his mission to silence his doubters. And so far, his record-setting start has done just that, as the Chiefs are 2-0 heading into Sunday's game against the San Diego Chargers. Lafette Blessing scored midway through the first half. Daniel Samalo added a breakaway goal in the second, and Sporting Kansas City held on to beat the New York Red Bulls 2-1 on Wednesday night to win its 4th U.S. Open Cup title. 3 of those titles have come in the last 6 years, featuring defenders Graham Zust, Matt Bessler, and Seth Sivanak. Josh Sargent, a 17-year-old forward who has starred on the U.S. youth teams, has agreed to sign with the Werder Bremen. The German Blenstow team says that Sargent will sign a professional contract on February the 20th, which is his 18th birthday. Sargent has 4 goals and 1 assist at this year's Under-20 World Cup, and is slated to be part of the America team at the Under-17 World Cup tournament next month. And that wraps up our broadcast here for this evening. Thanks for joining us. Join us Monday through Friday at 6:30 and again at 10 p.m. as we continue to bring you local news, weather, sports, and local announcements from around the area on Harrison's broadcast station, TKO Channel 8. Now stay tuned for more local events.